How do you feel about the role AI is taking when it comes to creative endeavors, particularly when it comes to art? While it can be vexing, this didn't come out of nowhere. In fact, this is the crescendo of the trajectory of art throughout the 20th century. In this video, I'm going to highlight the 5 primary factors that point to and lead us to where we are today. Hey, y'all, it's your good buddy Justin at Leopard Stripe. The 20th century was jam-packed with advances in technology, art philosophy, styles, and techniques, all the while priming us for what should have been fairly obvious and made it acceptable. Maybe we were just all in denial, but here we are. In 1917, artist Marcel Duchamp submitted an entry for an exhibition by the Society of Independent Artists, a factory-made urinal. The society which he chaired was obliged to accept all submissions, and Duchamp's urinal was tucked away for display behind a pillar. This kicked off a genre of art that would be known as ready-mades, essentially taking random objects and calling them art, thus removing any sense of artistic creativity or craftsmanship. This genre still persists today with notable works by grifter Jeff Koons, who anything from vacuum cleaners to basketballs, he throws it on an art floor and sells it for millions. And because high art was viewed as separate from cartoons and other lowbrow offerings and illustrations, in 1938, when Walt Disney sent the Met an animation cell illustration of a scene titled Vultures, which was an early concept stage development of the Jungle Book, it was pretty controversial. Cartoons were viewed as lowbrow art, unfit for posh museums. But not only this, in all likelihood, Walt Disney himself never even touched the piece. He was probably just walking through his studio, saw a few images, and said, "Send that one to the Met." And that was it. So we fast forward a couple decades to Roy Lichtenstein. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Roy Lichtenstein's work, but he completely ripped off, and I don't mean ripped off as in just a mild this thing. He blatantly copied comic book art and displayed it as his own, followed by essentially the analog version of what we're dealing with in AI, Andy Warhol and his factory of art. Warhol looked to create art as though it were just any other product, like soap or something, mass-produced, similar to what we're seeing now today with AI. I sell, at least I use Etsy for online orders for my art. So I get Etsy-related videos in my feed. And regularly there's been a big fluff about Etsy allowing AI artwork on the site, when it's supposed to be focused on handmade, unique items. Some of these videos are like how to get rich quick on Etsy, fast. And the videos are essentially directing people to just use AI to churn out a ton of art in every style and sell them as downloadable images. Personally, I find this pretty sleazy, but I have been starting to offer like my real made art as digital prints. And so we'll see how that goes. But people are selling like bundles of like hundreds of art print downloads for like $5. This is the vision of Warhol. Then on to the later 1990s and 2000s to present, digital tools like Photoshop open a new avenue for art creation, which every tool that is released, every shortcut, filter, layer, Control Z, all this stuff affords a bypass of skill in art creation. The music industry through the 1990s pretty much primed us, similar to Lichtenstein's paintings, particularly hip-hop and like EDM and other DJ outlets, sampling, taking snippets of little songs here and there to make a new song. This is the same thing AI does currently with art, until we eventually get to where a prompt line will be seen as a legitimate medium for talent, removing every execution variable except for the mind, until eventually that'll no longer be necessary. And is to resist these things, I wonder, is this like resisting the horseless carriage? Or are we in like a Winston Smith type situation? I mean, I'm just as bummed as you. I mean, why art? Why couldn't it have encroached on some other avenue, like curing illness or something of major consequence of life and health? You know? Um, I don't know. I'm going to leave it there on this one, though. Thanks for watching and sticking around. I started this channel just a few months ago, so I've got more videos you can check out, and I've got original art, prints, I've got stickers, t-shirts, digital downloads. So check out Leopard Stripe on Etsy. And then I've also got a novel you can find on Amazon. I wrote it. It's not AI written. It's called Destination Ursa Major. It's an alternate future science fiction novel. Check that out. And until next time, get some sun, touch some grass, and find the art in everything.